Hello guys, how's everyone doing? Today I'm back with a brand new manhwa, so without wasting any time, let's jump straight into the story. The story begins in Unua City, where we see a luxurious Grand Jiyuan hotel, a top-tier 5-star hotel that screams wealth and power. The scene shifts inside one of its rooms. Inside the bathroom, a woman is taking a shower. Meanwhile, in the bedroom stands a man named Feng Chao. Slowly, shamelessly, he lifts the woman's dress and inhales its scent deeply. An evil smile spreads across his face as he mutters to himself. Jiao, no matter what, you'll become mine. Just as he's drowning in his filthy thoughts. Ding dong. The doorbell rings. From outside, a voice calls out, "Sir, your food delivery has arrived." Annoyed, Feng Chao clicks his tongue and walks toward the door. "I'm coming." The door opens. Standing outside is a delivery boy. And that delivery boy is our main character, Yi Chen. With respect, Yi Chen says, "Sir, your food delivery." But before he can finish, his eyes drift inside the room. At that exact moment, the bathroom door opens. Wang Jiao steps out, wrapped in a towel, her wet hair clinging to her shoulders. She looks at Feng Chao and asks casually, "Feng Chao, did you take my clothes?" Then, her eyes land on Yi Chen. She freezes. At the same time, Yi Chen's mind goes completely blank. His hands loosen. The food package slips and hits the floor. Feng Chao explodes in anger. "Hey!" But before he can continue, Jiao suddenly blurts out, "Honey!" Feng Chao pauses, confused. "Honey?" Then it clicks. He looks Yi Chen up and down, a mocking smile curling on his lips. "So this is your useless husband? A food delivery guy?" He laughs, proud and amused. "I can't believe I ordered food from Wang Jiao's trash husband." That's when Yi Chen finally snaps. He looks straight into Jiao's eyes, his voice trembling with pain. "Wang Jiao, I stayed in your Wang family for 3 years. I cooked for your family 3 times a day. I cleaned dog shit. I fed the cats. I won't say it was hard, but I treated you sincerely." His voice grows heavier. "In these 3 years, you never even let me touch your hand." A flashback appears. Jiao coldly pushing him away. "Don't come near me. Sleep on the floor." Back to the present. Yi Chen shouts, tears burning in his eyes. "I thought you were a woman with principles. But today, you're enjoying yourself with another man." He asks desperately. "Why did you do this?" Jiao doesn't feel even a hint of shame. Coldly, she replies, "Why? Because my husband is just an ordinary food delivery man." She proudly gestures toward Feng Chao. "Do you know who he is? CEO of an investment firm. Young master of the Feng family, one of Unuo's first-class families, with assets worth hundreds of millions." Then she looks at Yi Chen with disgust. "Only men like him are worthy of me. Not poor trash like you." Seizing the moment, Feng Chao puts his hand on Jiao's shoulder and smirks at Yi Chen. "Since you're her husband, I won't file a complaint. Just consider the food fed to dogs." Then he adds mockingly, "If you kneel and apologize, I'll even give you a 5-star rating." Inside, Yi Chen thinks, shameless. Just because you're rich. Feng Chao leans closer to Jiao. "Don't worry about him. Before he can finish, Yi Chen lunges forward and grabs Feng Chao by the throat. "Stop right there, you animal!" Feng Chao struggles, gasping. "It hurts, let go!" Instead of helping Yi Chen, Jiao screams at him. "Yi Chen! How dare you touch him? Get out right now, or I'll call security." Seeing his wife protect another man completely breaks Yi Chen. He releases Feng Chao and can only whisper one name. Wang Jiao. A memory flashes. His grandfather saying, "She's the fiancée I chose for you." Back then, Yi Chen thought he could live a happy life with her. Now he realizes. It was just wishful thinking. Before leaving, he gives her one final warning. "Wang Jiao, I hope one day you won't regret this." He turns and walks away. Behind him, Jiao screams hysterically. "My biggest regret in life is marrying a useless husband like you." Outside, Yi Chen sits on his scooter. His phone rings. "Hello, Tan Tan Delivery. On the other end, an old man speaks calmly and respectfully. Third young master, your 3-year character trial as a live-in son-in-law has officially ended today. Yichen falls silent. The next trial is a business trial. Old master has already acquired Huaxin Group. Everything is arranged for you to become its chairman. At that moment, it becomes clear. Yichen was never ordinary. He was a billionaire heir, merely undergoing a test. His expression settles. I understand. The old man hesitates. Old master also wants to know, should young madam be formally accepted into the family? Yichen's face turns ice cold. No need. She's not worth it. He hangs up. At 8 p.m., in the Xinggang residential community, Jiayao stands on one side. Yichen packs his luggage on the other. She sneers. Running away? Over such a small thing? Yichen turns. You think cheating is a small thing? Jiaya shows no shame. So what? You expect me to apologize? You eat our food, drink our water, live in our house. Even if I did something wrong, you should tolerate it. That's it. Yichen explodes. I tolerated your Wang family for 3 years. Your parents insulted and beat me publicly. I never fought back. Your relatives bullied me, and you all pretended not to see. I respected you because I cared. Then he says clearly, Wang Jiayao, let's get a divorce. She snaps. How dare you ask for a divorce? After divorce, you won't live in luxury or drive an Audi. Yichen laughs coldly. I don't need any of that. Her ego shatters. My Wang family is near first class with billions in assets. You were never worthy. She screams. Fine. Divorce. I don't know what Grandpa was thinking marrying me to a loser like you. Yichen replies calmly. Tomorrow morning. Civil Affairs Bureau. She pauses. Not tomorrow. It's my grandma's 80th birthday. I need to discuss this with my family. Do it fast, Yichen says. I'll wait for your call. He walks out. Rain pours heavily. His phone rings again. Young master, the car is waiting at the corner. He turns. A convoy of black Rolls-Royces stands silently in the rain. Black-suited bodyguards bow in unison. Welcome, young master. A guard offers an umbrella. No need, Yichen says softly. The rain helps clear my mind. At that moment, another bodyguard steps forward and gently drapes an expensive coat over Yichen's shoulders. The instant the coat settles on him, his entire aura changes. His presence becomes heavy, oppressive, unmistakably dominant. In a deep, commanding voice, he gives only one order. Let's go. As soon as the convoy starts moving, the people standing nearby are left completely stunned. Voices erupt from the crowd. Whoa, Rolls-Royce! Are those all Rolls-Royces? What's going on here? From an apartment window above, Jiayao hears the commotion and leans out to look down. She frowns in confusion. Why are so many Rolls-Royces leaving from here? Did some important person come? She has no idea that the so-called important person is the very man she just kicked out of her house. At the same time, we're introduced to Yichen's family. The world only knows about mysterious families like the Rothschilds, DuPonts, and Morgans. But the most mysterious family of all is actually his. A family with assets exceeding 100 billion. Yet they live in extreme secrecy. You won't even find their name on any rich people ranking list. Scene change. Yichen arrives beside a helicopter. A bodyguard gestures respectfully. Young master, this way. Here, we learn how this family trains its heirs. From the age of 3, next-generation candidates undergo strict screening and trials. By 5, they study martial arts, piano, and foreign languages simultaneously. By 18, they've already completed a 4-year American university business curriculum. But academics aren't enough. To shape character, the family elders assign special trials. This makes Yichen recall. 3 years ago, inside the family estate, his grandfather had ordered him. Yichen, I'm arranging your marriage into the Wang family, a second-class family in Yinzhou. You will live as a common man. You will not reveal your identity. And you will complete this test successfully. Back then, Yichen had replied calmly. Yes, Grandpa. I understand. Returning to the present. Sitting inside the helicopter, Yi-chan thinks to himself, back then, I accepted this trial willingly. But now, it's finally over. Soon after, the helicopter lands in front of a palace-like mansion. The guards bowed deeply. Young master, welcome back. And just like that, Yi-chan returns to his real home, and his real identity. Looking at the mansion, he murmurs to himself, I, Yi-chan, am back. Scene shifts to the next day, 10 a.m., at the Yunzhou Shishan Villa area. The Wang family's old madam's birthday celebration is in full swing. Happy birthday, Grandma! Mom, may you live for 200 years! Suddenly, someone in the crowd asks Jiayao, Hey, didn't that loser Yi-chan come? Jiayao hesitates before replying. He probably went to work. Hearing that, Wang Xiaojie and Wang Weiyan burst out laughing. Work? Delivering food? Wang Xiaojie snorts angrily. He's a stain on our Wang family. Once he bumped into one of my business partners. I didn't even dare tell my friends he's our relative. Hearing this, old Madam Wang explodes in anger. Call him here. Right now. That boy has no manners at all. Panicking, Jiayao blurts out. Grandma, he didn't come today because we're getting a divorce. Old Madam freezes. Divorce? Who gave you permission to divorce? Have you forgotten that your marriage was arranged by your late grandfather? Jiayao immediately starts acting. She drops to her knees, crying. Grandpa, I would never dare go against Grandpa's last wish. But Yi-chan crossed the line. He's having an affair with another woman outside. Inside, she thinks. They can never find out that I cheated first. If he wants to abandon me, then flipping the game is better. Hearing this, old Madam becomes even angrier. That animal? We gave him a mansion to live in for 3 years. Luxury cars to drive. And he still couldn't stay loyal to you? At this moment, Wang Xiaojie cuts in. Jiayao, don't take it the wrong way, but your elder brother has to say this. You're partly at fault too. 3 years of marriage, yet you never let him even touch you. No wonder he went looking for another woman. Or were you saving your purity so you could divorce him and marry some rich man later? That idiot probably didn't even realize it. Instead of calming down, old Madam's anger intensifies. No matter what Jiayao did, Yi-chan had no right to look for another woman. Bring that animal here immediately. Today, I'll show him what justice of the Wang family looks like. Terrified, Jiayao nods repeatedly and dials Yi-chan's number. The call connects. From the other side, Yi-chan asks calmly, What is it? Jiayao replies arrogantly, Grandma wants you to come here. Yi-chan responds instantly, I'm not coming. Click. The call ends. Jiayao stands there, shaking with rage. How dare he hang up on me? She reports back. He's not coming. Old Madam completely loses it. The status of a live-in son-in-law isn't even worth a dog. And he dares throw tantrums? Xiaojie, go. Bring him back to me, by force. Xiaojie grins excitedly. Got it. Perfect chance to beat Yi-chan again, he thinks as he leaves. After Xiaojie leaves, old Madam addresses everyone. I called everyone early today for a reason. Yesterday, Huaxin Group appointed a new chairman. No one knows who he is or where he came from. We're currently negotiating a 70 million financing deal, but the contract isn't signed yet. You all know Dingqing Real Estate has always collaborated with Huaxin Group. So building a good relationship with the new chairman is critical for the Wang family's future. Meanwhile, scene shifts elsewhere. Yi-chan stands quietly. A bodyguard looks at him, puzzled, and asks, Young master, why are you still wearing courier clothes? Hearing this, Yi-chan replies in a calm, steady tone. Today is the last day of my courier contract. I want to finish what I started. Inside, he thinks to himself. It's not time to reveal my identity yet. It's easier to see the enemy clearly when I stay in the dark. Just then, his phone suddenly rings. At the same time, we see Wang Xiaojie sitting in his car calling Yi-chan. Hello, Yi-chan. This is Wang Xiaojie. Where are you? Let's talk. Yi-chan answers without fear, completely calm. I'm delivering food at the Liyuan residential community. Wang Xiaojie lets out a cold laugh. Oh, I'm coming there right now. Wait for me. A short while later, Xiaojie drives over at full speed. He slams the brakes right in front of Yi Chen. Rolling down the car window, he says arrogantly, "Get in the car. Grandma wants to see you." Yi Chen replies instantly, without hesitation. "Even if your grandma backs Wang Jiayao, it's useless. I'm getting this divorce no matter what." The moment he hears that, Wang Xiaojie explodes. "Are you crazy? My grandma is backing you. She wants to give you family justice." Yi Chen asks calmly. "Family justice? On what basis?" That question makes Xiaojie even angrier. He points at Yi Chen and shouts, "On what basis? You found another woman outside. No matter what, Wang Jiayao is still a member of the Wang family. You wronged the Wang family. So you deserve to die." Hearing this, Yi Chen slowly removes his helmet and asks with genuine surprise, "I found another woman? Did Wang Jiayao say that?" The next second, he can't hold it in anymore. He bursts out laughing loudly. Seeing this, Xiaojie snaps, "What are you laughing at?" Suddenly, Yi Chen's expression turns completely serious. Inside, rage surges. "Wang Jiayao, even bullying has a limit. That shameless woman has gone too far." As Yi Chen's aura shifts, a trace of fear creeps into Xiaojie's heart. What's going on? Why did his expression suddenly become so scary? Like a superior looking down on everyone, but Xiaojie quickly reassures himself. No way. I must be imagining it. How could this useless trash have such an aura? Regaining his arrogance, he orders coldly, "Trash, get in the car. First, kneel at the hotel entrance. After the birthday banquet ends, accept your punishment. Then listen to Grandma's instructions about the divorce." Hearing Xiaojie's nonsense, Yi Chen refuses directly. "I already said I'm not going." Xiaojie opens the car door and steps out angrily. "Looks like your skin is itching again." He moves forward, raising his fist. "I'll beat you." Before his hand can come down, Yi Chen turns around and delivers a powerful kick straight to his face. "Ah!" Xiaojie screams in pain and stumbles back. You trash! How dare you fight back?" As he shouts, he pulls a knife from his pocket and roars, "I'll execute family justice for Grandma. I'll cut you to death." He lunges forward, slashing wildly. Swish, swish, swish. But Yi Chen effortlessly dodges every attack. With a precise strike, he hits Xiaojie's wrist, knocking the knife to the ground. Immediately after, Yi Chen rains down punches, smashing Xiaojie's face mercilessly. In just a few seconds, Xiaojie collapses to the ground, screaming in pain. "Ah! Ah!" Looking down at him, Yi Chen gives a cold warning. "Go back and tell the Wang family. I'm not their dog anymore. I won't come when they call, and I won't leave when they wave. Unless I choose to. No one can order me around." Lying on the ground, Xiaojie roars angrily. You live in son-in-law, just you wait." Scene shifts. We see the Manhwa hotel. Old Madame Wang is waiting. Soon, Xiaojie arrives. Seeing him, she smiles happily. Xiaojie is as efficient as ever. But the next moment, Xiaojie staggers out of the car crying, "Grandma!" Seeing his swollen face, old Madame is shocked. "My good grandson! Who did this to you? Who dared to hit you?" Xiaojie cries and complains. "Grandma, it was Wang Jiayao's useless husband. He beat me." Hearing this, Wang Jichang, Xiaojie's father, turns red with rage. "That useless thing dared to hurt you. I want him dead." Xiaojie hurriedly adds, "Call the police." Old Madam immediately refuses. "No. This is a family matter. Don't worry. I'll make sure he gets the punishment he deserves. If we call the police, this shameful matter will spread easily." She then turns to Wang Jichang and orders coldly, "Jichang, I know you have some friends in the underworld. Let them teach that animal a hard lesson. And bring him back to me." Jichang nods immediately. "Yes." Half an hour later, scene shifts to another residential community. Yi Chen is walking calmly when two large thugs block his path. You're Yi-chin, right? Come with us. Yi-chin instantly understands. The Wang family sent you again, right? Today is my last day delivering food. I'm not going anywhere. One thug sneers angrily. Refusing a toast just to drink a forfeit. Break his hands first, then we'll talk. Both of them charge at Yi-chin. The next moment, only screams echo through the area. Ah! After beating them down, Yi-chin checks his delivery bag and exhales in relief. Luckily, the food isn't damaged. Just then, one thug gathers his courage and tries to attack from behind. Stop! Without turning around, Yi-chin throws a powerful backhand punch. The thug is sent flying and crashes to the ground, completely knocked out. Yi-chin checks his bag again and nods. Luckily, the takeout is fine. He gets on his scooter and rides toward the next destination, muttering calmly. Just one last order left. After that, the scene shifts to the Wanhwa Hotel, where the Wang family's grand party is in full swing. At that moment, Wang Jiqiang, looking completely panicked, rushes to his mother and says, Mom, the professional goons I hired, they were all crippled by Yi-chin. Hearing this, old Madame Wang is instantly shocked. Anger flashes across her face as she coldly asks, Is there really no one left who can handle this animal? The moment those words leave her mouth, the guests standing nearby are stunned. They start whispering among themselves. My God! I really didn't expect this. Could that useless live-in son-in-law actually be a martial artist? Just then, an old man standing nearby speaks up respectfully. Old Madam, Mr. Ma Kun, the general agent of one-to-one delivery in Yunzhou, has come to wish you a happy birthday. The moment he hears that name, Jiqiang immediately turns to his mother and says, Mom, isn't he Yi-chan's boss? I have a great idea. In the next scene, we see Ma Kun, the general agent of one-to-one delivery, entering with an expensive bottle of wine in his hand. He walks forward politely and says with a smile, Old Madam Wang, I heard you enjoy drinking. This is a 1990 Romani Conti, specially prepared for you. Happy birthday. I wish you a long and healthy life. Old Madam Wang accepts the gift, but her expression remains gloomy. In a low voice, she says, Thank you, President Ma. Seeing her mood, Ma Kun becomes slightly concerned and asks, Old Madam Wang, what's wrong? You seem a bit upset. Old Madam takes a deep breath and replies, Boss Ma, I'm not afraid of embarrassing myself in front of you, but our Wang family is currently facing a very serious family problem. Before she can continue, Jiqiang cuts in and says, Do you remember Yi-chen? The live-in son-in-law from my younger brother's family. Hearing this, Ma Kun is slightly surprised and immediately asks, Are you saying that live-in son-in-law not only cheated, but also injured your young master? Inside, Ma Kun thinks to himself, How did that trash dare to provoke the Wang family? Then, in a regretful tone, he says, It's unfortunate. I don't have many connections in Yunzhou, otherwise I would personally teach that ungrateful bastard a lesson. The moment he says this, Jiqiang hurriedly replies, No, Boss Ma. You're too humble. You can actually help us in this matter. He then leans forward slightly and says, That bastard is your employee. He works at one-to-one delivery. Hearing this, Ma Kun is completely shocked. What? Yi-chin is an employee of one-to-one delivery? Once the truth is confirmed, a confident smile appears on his face. President Wang, leave this matter to me. Immediately after, Ma Kun takes out his phone and makes a call. Hello, little Kai. Check this employee ID and his current location. Then, with a sinister smile, he gives another order. Good. Assign him an order immediately. Location, Wanhwa Grand Hotel. 15 minutes later, we see Yi-chin arriving outside the hotel. On the phone, he says, Mr. Ma, your food delivery has arrived. I'm at the entrance of Wanhwa Hotel. From the other side, Ma Kun replies coldly, Bring it inside. Looking at the hotel, Yi-chin becomes suspicious. Inside his mind, he thinks, Wanhwa Grand Hotel, this is Yunzhou's top birthday banquet hotel. The entire Wang family must be here. He then politely replies on the phone, According to hotel policy, delivery drivers are not allowed inside. Please come out and collect it. Inside the hotel, Ma Kun, standing beside old Madame Wang, replies calmly. Fine. Wait at the entrance. He hangs up the phone. At that moment, standing outside, Yi-Chen suddenly hears multiple footsteps approaching. He immediately understands. Damn it, this is a trap. Soon after, Ma Kun, old Madame Wang, and the entire Wang family walk out together. Ma Kun respectfully guides old Madame Wang forward. Old Madame Wang, this way. Then Ma Kun walks straight up to Yi-Chen, looks down on him arrogantly, and orders. Take off your uniform and your work badge. Right now, a confused Yi-Chen asks. What do you mean? Mocking his confusion, Xiao Jie bursts into loud laughter. Idiot! Do you know who this is? This is your top boss, Ma Kun, the general agent of one-to-one delivery. Ma Kun then threatens coldly. If you don't believe me, I can have the manager call you right now. At that exact moment, Yi-Chen's phone rings. He answers it, and the manager screams from the other side. How did you offend President Ma? You're already fired. Hearing this, Yi-Chen's anger and disappointment explode together. Inside his mind, he thinks, I wanted to end my delivery career peacefully, but this bastard ruined everything. Ma Kun then shouts. Hurry up! Take off your clothes! You're fired! Strip, take everything off! Angrily, Yi-Chen removes his jacket. Seeing this, Xiao Jie starts recording a video while laughing loudly. Ha! You look just like a dog! Then Ji-Chang steps forward and mocks him. Trash! Where did all your arrogance go now? You dared to hit my son, didn't you? Ignoring them all, Yi-Chen calmly says. Boss Ma, I heard that your agency contract with Tunwan Delivery expires this year. Hearing this, Ma Kun is both shocked and furious. How does he know that? But on the surface, he maintains his attitude and says, What does that have to do with you? Then Yi-Chen declares, There's no need for you to go to the capital to discuss renewal. You won't be an agent anymore. The moment he hears this, Ma Kun explodes with rage. What do you think you are? You say I can't be an agent, and suddenly I'm not one? Do you know how tight my relationship with the CEO of Tunwan Delivery is? At that moment, old Madame Wang interferes, screaming angrily. Yi-Chan! Kneel down! She announces in front of all the guests. Today, in front of everyone, I will execute family justice on you. First, you cheated and wronged Jiayao. Then, you injured my grandson. But Yi-Chen refuses outright and replies coldly. Old thing, keep dreaming. Why should I kneel? Seeing his insolence, old Madame Wang reminds him of the past. 3 years ago, when you married into the Wang family, you personally made a promise. I ask you now, does that promise still count? If you ever harmed the Wang family, you would accept the Wang family's justice. Without fear, Yi-Chen straightens his chest and says, Every word spoken by me, Yi-Chen, naturally counts. The moment she hears this, old Madame Wang immediately orders, Bring the Wang family's joint dragon ruler. Understood. Jiang replies instantly. In the next moment, a shining golden dragon ruler is brought out. It's explained that even a single strike to the face with this weapon causes 3 days of intense pain. A few more strikes, and the face would be completely ruined. Filled with anger, old Madame Wang orders. Hit him 20 times. Holding the ruler, Jiqiang replies. Yes. Just then, Wang Jivan, Jiayao's father, steps forward and says, Mom, this was my fault. I failed to discipline my son-in-law properly. Please let me teach him a lesson personally. But at that exact moment, Jiayao rushes in, snatches the ruler from her father's hand, and says, Let me do it. He is my husband. Let me hit him. The atmosphere was completely heated. Jiayao, burning with rage, gripped the joint dragon ruler in her hand, clearly intending to teach Yi-Chen a lesson. But watching this scene, Yi-Chen appeared to be in an entirely different mood. A sarcastic smile slowly formed on his face as he directly attacked Jiayao's hypocrisy. Mockingly, he said, First you cheated. Then you framed me for cheating. Wasn't all that enough? Now you even want to slap me in the face? He didn't stop there. Instead, he raised his sarcasm to another level. In a bitter tone, he said, Wow, what a good wife. I really married a good wife. One so rare she only appears once in centuries. Hearing this harsh truth, Jiao's anger flares up. She turns her face away in fury. But the very next second, to satisfy her ego and to show her power in front of everyone present, she loudly declares, "He is my husband. If anyone is going to hit him, that right belongs to me alone." While justifying her actions, she thinks to herself, after all, Yichen is my man. How can I let others hit him? If someone else does it, it would indirectly be a slap to my own face. Just as Jiao is busy convincing herself, the situation suddenly changes. Out of nowhere, Xiao Jie, who had been standing nearby, lunges forward. Without any warning, he violently snatches the dragon ruler from Jiao's hand. His anger is completely out of control now. Turning red with rage, he roars at Yichen. "Yichen, you bastard dog!" The moment the weapon enters his hand, Xiao Jie's confidence skyrockets. He charges toward Yichen with all his strength, threatening him. "How dare you hit me? Today, I'll completely ruin your face." He swings the ruler through the air and attacks Yichen. But before the ruler can land, a twist happens. Like lightning, Yichen grabs his wrist midair. Before Xiao Jie can even understand what's happening or react, Yichen counterattacks. Smack! A fierce slap lands squarely on Xiao Jie's face. The slap is so powerful that Xiao Jie screams in pain. Seeing this scene, all the guests are completely shocked. No one can believe that the Wang family's live-in son-in-law actually dared to hit the Wang family's own grandson. Whispers erupt everywhere. "Oh my God! What just happened?" Seeing her grandson getting beaten, old Madame Wang's anger reaches its peak. She screams, "Do you even realize how many bureau chiefs and directors are present here? They can have you arrested on the spot and thrown into prison." Despite such a massive threat, Yichen remains completely relaxed. Calmly, he replies, "I believe all the guests here saw it clearly. It was Wang Xiaojie who attacked me first, with a weapon. I was simply acting in self-defense." At that moment, a guest steps forward from the crowd, deliberately complicating the situation. "But didn't you just say you were willing to accept the Wang family's justice? Now that punishment has arrived, you suddenly back out?" He judges Yichen and questions him. "Do you really think being this unreliable suits a man?" Others quickly echo his words. "That's right. He doesn't stand by his word." Hearing this, Yichen interrupts them and states his condition. "I am willing to accept the Wang family's justice, but only if I have actually done something wrong." The moment she hears this, old Madame Wang explodes with rage. "You looked for women behind Jiao's back. And you beat my grandson. Isn't that enough?" At this point, Yichen finally loses control. With absolute determination, he reveals the truth in front of everyone. "For the past 3 years, I loved Wang Jiao with my whole heart. I never once strayed." Then he shouts, exposing the real truth. "The one who cheated was your granddaughter. Just yesterday, she booked a hotel room with Feng Chao. You can check the room records if you want." The moment that name is spoken, chaos erupts in the crowd. "Feng Chao? The second young master of the Feng family?" Someone else adds, "I heard long ago that the Wang family was looking for a Feng family man as Jiao's next match, so it was true." Gossip spreads rapidly. The Wang family and Feng family really are a perfect match. But shouldn't Jiao have gotten a divorce first? Cheating while married isn't right, is it? Some even mockingly laugh. Looks like Yunzhou's so-called #1 beauty isn't as pure as the legends say. Seeing her reputation collapse, Jiao panics and immediately tries to cover it up. "Don't listen to his nonsense," she says urgently. "I only met Feng Chao yesterday to discuss business." She continues desperately. "You all know Dingqing Real Estate is raising capital recently. I went to discuss financing with young Master Feng." Yichen immediately counters and asks coldly, "Did you need to rent a hotel room just to discuss business? Did you need to wear a bathrobe just to talk?" Pointing at the crowd, he says, "Do you think everyone here is an idiot?" As the atmosphere continues to heat up, people suddenly shout toward the entrance. "Hey, young Master Feng is here." Another man laughs. Perfect timing. Speak of the devil, and he appears. Feng Chao arrives and asks, "What's going on here?" The moment Jiao sees him, she rushes over, acting pitiful. "Young Master Feng, our live-in son-in-law is forcing false accusations on me, claiming I had an affair with you. Please tell everyone, yesterday I really came to you only for business discussions. Hearing this, Feng Chao boils with anger inside. This soft rice-eating trash actually exposed my matter with Wang Jiayao in front of so many people. But on the surface, he remains calm and addresses the crowd. Please don't listen to this useless man's nonsense. Jiayao and I are innocent, he explains confidently. She only came to deliver a document yesterday. Then, full of arrogance, he turns to Yi Chen and challenges him. You claim I had an affair with Jiayao. Do you have any video or photo evidence? Inside, Feng Chao is delighted. All evidence has already been erased. And Yi Chen didn't take any photos or recordings yesterday. He then fabricates a news story to strengthen his position. Friends, he's spreading this rumor for another reason. Maybe you don't know, but the Wang family's live-in son-in-law works part-time as a food delivery driver. He continues lying. Yesterday, I ordered food, and coincidentally, he was the delivery boy. Who knew his attitude would be so terrible? He threw my food on the ground. That's why I gave him a 1-star bad rating. That's the real reason he's angry. To prove his words, Feng Chao immediately points at Ma Kuan. And coincidentally, Boss Ma, the agent of Tunwan Delivery, is also here. Boss Ma, please check his delivery records from yesterday. Ma Kuan takes out his phone, checks, and confirms. Young Master Feng is correct. He did receive a 1-star bad rating yesterday. The reason, extremely poor attitude. He threw the delivery on the ground. Hearing this, the guests look at Yi Chen with disgust. Wow, what a filthy mindset. Exactly. People from the bottom are all like sewer rats. So this was just revenge for a bad rating. How low class. Listening to everything, Yi Chen looks straight at Jiayao and asks, why did I throw that delivery on the ground? Won't you help explain that? But Jiayao immediately shifts the blame onto him. That happened because you're not hardworking. Your tolerance is too weak. Hearing this, Yi Chen bursts into loud laughter. Wow. Not hardworking? Weak tolerance? Inside, he feels bitter. What expectations do I still have from such a selfish woman? He then turns serious and asks everyone. You say I looked for women outside. Do you have any evidence? Old Madame Wang looks sharply at Jiayao. Terrified, Jiayao shakes her head in denial. With no evidence, Old Madame Wang changes the topic. Fine. Since there's no proof, we'll end this matter here. But you beating my grandson, this won't end so easily. Yi Chen responds calmly. He attacked me with a knife at the entrance of Luyun residential community. There are cameras, and the security can testify. I was simply defending myself within the law. He then directly challenges her. If you want to pursue this further, let's call the police. If I go in, I guarantee he won't escape either. Hearing this, old Madame Wang trembles with fury. So after eating the Wang family's food for 3 years, you've become quite capable, haven't you? She sneers. After hitting my grandson, is your next step hitting me? Yi Chen replies calmly. Old Madame Wang, I have always respected you. I promise. As long as Wang Xiaojia doesn't provoke me in the future, I won't touch him. Then he states his final request. I only have one request. I hope you allow Wang Jiayao and me to divorce. Hearing the word divorce, old Madame Wang sneers angrily. Good. Very good. She announces loudly. Everyone here knows that 3 years ago, the Wang family accepted this live-in son-in-law. This marriage was arranged by my late husband, she continues. Although Jiayao was unhappy these past 3 years, her parents asked me many times for a divorce. I refused every time, to fulfill the last wish of an elder. The guests whisper among themselves. She then declares proudly. My granddaughter Wang Jiayao is known as Yinzhou's #1 beauty. Who is worthy of whom, I don't need to explain. Finally, she announces her decision. Today, Yi Chen hit my grandson and slandered my granddaughter and a friend of the Feng family. I have decided. I will no longer honor my late husband's last wish, she shouts. From this moment on, Yi Chen is no longer the Wang family's son-in-law. He is expelled from the Wang family immediately. The moment this is said, Ji Qiang orders the waiters. Serve drinks to everyone. The atmosphere instantly changes. Wine is served, and as expected, the guests congratulate the Wang family enthusiastically. Congratulations, old Madam Wang. Congratulations, Jia Yao. Laughter fills the hall. Good riddance to a useless man. Now you can finally find someone worthy of Jia Yao. It's clear, they never truly considered Yi Chen part of the family. Amid the celebration, Jia Yao's mother, Su Lan, steps forward and grabs attention. Thank you, everyone. Actually, I have good news to share. Proudly, she announces. Jia Yao and Yi Chen have slept separately for 3 years. He has never even touched her hand. She emphasizes loudly. Jia Yao is still a virgin. Hearing this, Jia Yao turns red with embarrassment. Mom! But Yi Chen thinks calmly, this is nothing but business. He understands clearly. Jia Yao is being treated like merchandise, evaluated so she can be sold to the highest bidder. They are flaunting her virginity to increase her market value. Yi Chen picks up a wine glass, but not to drink. He extends it toward Jia Yao and makes one last sarcastic remark. Congratulations, Wang Jia Yao. You can finally find a man who is worthy of you. Hearing this, Jia Yao regains her old arrogance. She believes Yi Chen is still afraid of losing her. If you kneel down right now and beg me, she says coldly, maybe I'll ask Grandma to delay the divorce. Yi Chen responds with fury and hatred. You betrayed me, and now you want me to kneel and beg you? At this point, Jia Yao has lost all dignity in Yi Chen's eyes. He flips the wine glass over, pouring the wine onto the ground, a direct insult. Then he says coldly, You're not worth it. Inside, she screams, Yechan, this low, worthless man, has he gone insane? He's openly rebelling. Burning with rage and humiliation, she starts to shout. But suddenly stops herself. She turns sharply toward her grandmother. She knows where the real power lies. Grandma, letting him go with just a divorce would be far too merciful, she complains. We can't let him off so easily. He humiliated our family. Standing nearby, Xiaoji, who already hated Yechan, seizes the opportunity and nods vigorously. Sister Jia is absolutely right. We must teach him a lesson. Just look at my face. This isn't just my injury. This is an attack on the Wang family. Seeing her grandson wounded and her granddaughter disgraced, old Madame Wang's resolve hardens completely. For her, this is no longer about divorce. This is about the Wang family's honor. Don't worry, she declares coldly. Bullying the Wang family is not that easy. Then she raises her voice and addresses all the guests present. Everyone here, listen carefully. This man, Yechan, wasted 3 precious years of my granddaughter's youth. Not only that, he beat my grandson and betrayed our trust. She continues, her voice heavy with authority. My Wang family has been established in Yuzhou for many years. We have reputation and dignity here. If we let him leave unpunished, people will think we've grown weak. Then she makes her demand. All of you are influential figures from different industries in Yuzhou. I ask for your help. Cut off every possible source of his income. Let him understand the consequences of crossing the Wang family. As soon as she finishes, whispers erupt throughout the hall. So the Wang family wants to destroy his livelihood? That means they want him starving in Yuzhou. This is a direct strike at survival itself. Some shake their heads. A mere live-in son-in-law disgraced the Wang family and even asked for divorce. Of course they're furious. Others hesitate. But he's just a nobody. Isn't this like using an entire army to hunt a rabbit? Before the discussion can continue, a man steps forward, Fang Chao. Unwilling to miss this chance to curry favor, he announces loudly. On behalf of the Fang family, I fully support the Wang family. The crowd immediately recognizes him. The eldest son of the Fang family. The largest affordable luxury hotel chain in Yuzhou. His support is massive. Fang Chao steps closer to Yechan and threatens coldly. I guarantee that from today onward, no hotel below 4 stars in Yuzhou will allow you to check in. You won't even have a place to sleep. He smirks darkly, hatred burning in his eyes. In the future, I'll sleep with your wife and make you crawl and beg me, he thinks. I'll show you your place. As if competition has begun, another man steps forward. Everyone listen. I'm Zhong Yi, owner of Lu Wei Lu, Shan Wai Shan, and Tian Tian restaurants. With confidence, he declares, I've been in Yuzhou's catering business for 20 years. I also support the Wang family. Whether you eat or starve in this city, that decision is mine. He continues firmly. With my connections, I guarantee you won't even get a part-time job in any restaurant. Forget being a waiter, you won't even wash dishes. Before he can step back, Ma Gung rushes forward, unwilling to be left out. I'm Ma Gung, general agent of Tuan Tuan Delivery in Yuzhou. I'll also cut off Yechan's livelihood. He stares straight at Yechan. Forget food delivery. Not just our company, you won't deliver for any platform. Every door is closed to you. Facing so many enemies, Yechan remains calm. He casually starts counting. Hotel service, food delivery, 2 industries blacklisted already. Then he looks up with a mocking smile. Any others left? If yes, come forward together. A man suddenly shouts. I'm the CEO of Golden Mind KTV. Don't even dream of working in any bar or KTV in Yuzhou. The entertainment industry has no place for you. Yechan bursts into laughter. To him, their efforts feel childish. Very good, he says. Anything else? Suddenly, Xiaoji realizes something terrifying. Wait. Yechan isn't ordinary, he's terrifying in a fight. He quickly warns the crowd. Be careful. This animal knows Kung Fu. His skills are extraordinary. He might apply to become a private bodyguard for wealthy families. We must block that path too, he shouts. Who here can influence all of Yuzhou's rich families? Silence falls over the hall. Yuzhou has countless wealthy people. No one dares claim control over all of them. Then, the scene shifts. Everyone notices a stunningly beautiful woman sitting elegantly on a sofa, completely detached from the chaos. Her presence alone sets her apart. Seeing her, Wang Jichang freezes in shock. Who is she? When did she arrive? Why didn't I notice? Realization strikes him. This is no ordinary guest. He rushes forward nervously. President Qin! When did you arrive? Please forgive me for not welcoming you at the door. I've made a terrible mistake. Ma Gung, clueless, whispers. President Wang, who is this beauty? Jichang glares at him inwardly. You ignorant fool, not knowing her will cost you dearly. He announces proudly. This is Vice President Qin Hongyan of Huaxin Group. The hall erupts. What? The Vice President of Huaxin Group? That legendary figure? People whisper in awe. She personally signed international contracts worth hundreds of billions. She stands beneath one man, but above 10,000. Yechan looks at her calmly. Huaxin Group, my company, he thinks. So she works for me. Meanwhile, Wang Jichang desperately tries to impress her. If there's one person in Yuzhou who knows all the wealthy elites, he flatters, it's President Qin. Ma Gung eagerly agrees, but Qin Hongyan cuts him off sharply. It sounds like you're saying I have affairs with all of Yuzhou's rich men, she says coldly. Watch your words. Ma Gung panics and apologizes, but inside, his thoughts turn filthy. Jichang quickly pushes his agenda. President Qin, please help us cut off Yechan's income. One word from you is enough. Qin Hongyan pulls out a cigarette and places it between her lips. Every man rushes forward with a lighter. She ignores them all. Then she points directly at Yechan. You! Come here! Gasps fill the hall. Her? Him? Yechan asks calmly. What do you want? Light my cigarette, she orders. Everyone is stunned. Yechan replies flatly. I don't have a lighter. Shock deepens. Qin Hongyan walks up to him, standing impossibly close. Name? She asks. Yechan. She smiles faintly and places her hand on his chest. Qin Hongyan fully takes advantage of her position and puts forward an offer right in front of Yichen. Yichen, just because your surname is the same as that of our newly appointed president of Huaxin Group, I'm willing to give you a chance to survive. She slowly scans him from head to toe, judging him openly, then adds, If I look carefully, you actually look quite decent. Listen to my request, and I'll hire you as my personal bodyguard. How does that sound? The moment she says this, the entire hall explodes. The atmosphere changes instantly. People start shouting and whispering at the same time. President Qin is trying to save that boy Yi Chen. Why? But it doesn't stop there. People start thinking deeper. Becoming the personal bodyguard of such a stunning beauty. Did President Qin actually fall for him? While the crowd is shocked, Jiayao, standing far away, is already burning with anger. Confusion and jealousy twist her face. Inside her mind, only one thought keeps repeating: what exactly is Qin Hongyan trying to do? At the same time, Wang Jiqiang's brain suddenly rings an alarm bell. He realizes something shocking. The new president's surname, it's also Yi? Without wasting a second, he blurts out. President Qin, the new president of Huaxing Group. May I know his full name? Hearing this direct question, Qin Hongyan instantly becomes defensive. The truth is, she doesn't know the name herself. But she hides her ignorance perfectly and replies confidently. Sorry. President Yi doesn't want too many people to know about him for now. Outwardly calm, inwardly she's panicking. Damn it, even I don't know the mysterious president's name. If this gets exposed, I'll become a joke. Seeing her forced confidence, Yi Chen smiles inwardly. She definitely doesn't know my identity, he thinks. Otherwise, she wouldn't have asked me to light her cigarette earlier. Understanding the situation clearly, Yi Chen asks calmly. President Qin, how exactly do you plan to secure my livelihood? Qin Hongyan answers without hesitation and sets a condition. As long as you kneel down and separately apologize to old Madam Wang Xiaojie and your wife, I'll step in and protect you. After that, I'll officially hire you as my personal bodyguard. Annual salary, 200,000. The moment this offer is announced, whispers erupt again. So President Qin is really trying to save Yi Chen? Why? Someone starts calculating excitedly. Just kneel, apologize, avoid being blacklisted, and become the bodyguard of President Qin? This bastard will definitely agree. Hearing this, Jiayao's anger skyrockets. She clenches her teeth. What's wrong with this woman? Why is she targeting Yi Chen again and again? She immediately runs to her grandmother and complains. Grandma, President Qin is clearly going against us. But old Madam Wang's reaction is completely unexpected. Instead of being angry, she looks impressed and says, Humph. This woman is a high-level player. No wonder she became Huaxing's vice president at such a young age. Then she explains calmly to Jiayao. Look carefully. She never easily offends anyone. And she has the ability to make any man both grateful and obsessed. At this point, everyone believes Yi Chen will accept this golden offer. But suddenly, Yi Chen's expression turns ice cold. Without hesitation, he replies, I refuse. Those two simple words stun the entire hall. Jiayao's eyes widen. Qin Hongyan can't believe her ears. Anger and frustration explode as she shouts. Say that again! Inside her mind, she screams, this useless live-in son-in-law actually rejected me. In front of everyone? Suddenly, the scene flips. Yi Chen strides forward, closes the distance in an instant, and grabs Qin Hongyan's ear. Pulling it hard, he shouts. I said I refuse! Ah! Qin Hongyan screams in pain. Her ear turns red instantly, pain and humiliation flashing across her face. Seeing this, Wang Jiqiang completely loses control. He points at Yi Chen and roars. How dare you touch President Qin? Yi Chen remains relaxed and mocks calmly. I thought President Qin couldn't hear well, so I spoke closer to her ear. This blatant insult pushes Qin Hongyan past her limit. She glares at him coldly. Very good, Yi Chen. You do have guts. Inside, she's boiling. This useless son-in-law doesn't even know what's good for him. She turns toward old Madam Wang and announces loudly. Old Madam Wang, I, Qin Hongyan, Vice President of Huaxing Group, officially support the Wang family. From this moment on, I will block every single path for Yi Chen to survive in Yuzhou. As soon as this declaration is made, the guests burst into laughter. One man sneers. Yi Chen is nothing but trash. Even becoming a bodyguard was already too much for him. Another adds mockingly. In the future, you won't even have a chance to stay alive in Yuzhou. Hearing this, Jiayao feels satisfied. She thinks coldly, you did this to yourself. You should have just endured everything quietly. Just when everyone thinks Yichen has lost completely, he suddenly asks calmly, President Qin, may I ask? Was what you just said a personal decision, or does it represent Huaxing Group? Without hesitation, Qin Hongyan answers confidently. Of course, it represents both. Yichen immediately traps her with logic. You're only the vice president, not the president. What right do you have to represent Huaxing Group's stance? The crowd starts whispering again. He's right. President Qin isn't the highest authority. Legally speaking, she can't decide on behalf of the president. And they don't even have a close relationship. Realizing she's cornered, Qin Hongyan panics. To protect herself and her reputation, she decides to tell a huge lie. Fine. I didn't want to say this originally. But since you want to die knowing the truth, I'll tell you. She raises her chin proudly. The newly appointed President Yi of Huaxing Group is my lover. Boom. The real President Yi, Yichen himself, is completely stunned. What the hell? When did I become your lover? What? Yichen blurts out. Qin Hongyan insists coldly. I said President Yi is my lover. Inside, Yichen fumes. Don't you feel ashamed calling me your lover to my face? The hall erupts again. So the mysterious President Yi is actually President Qin's boyfriend. No wonder she suddenly appeared in Yinzhou. Only someone of President Yi's level is worthy of her. A perfect match. Someone mocks Yichen loudly. Trash Yichen. The lovers represent the Huaxing Group together. Of course she can speak for him. Another warns. You dare to question President Qin's authority? You're courting death. Hearing this, Wang Jiqiang finally relaxes. He flatters immediately. President Qin, why didn't you say this earlier? If President Yi is your lover, then we're at ease. Inside, he's already celebrating. Since President Qin is President Yi's lover, that 70 million financing is basically guaranteed. Qin Hongyan pretends to be shy and adds to her lie. My boyfriend is very serious about work. He always keeps business and personal life separate. She then turns to the crowd and requests. So I hope everyone here can help keep this matter a secret. Watching her act, Yichen almost laughs out loud. She showed off earlier, and now she's scared people might leak it. Seeing him smile, Qin Hongyan snaps. What are you laughing at? Yichen smirks and fires back. I heard President Yi is extremely rich, handsome, and talented. President Qin, you're somewhat good-looking, but are you really his type? Her ego shatters instantly. She doubles down arrogantly. President Yi fell in love with me at first sight. He even rented an entire island in Southeast Asia, arranged a grand confession ceremony, and begged me to be his girlfriend. The crowd gasps in awe, but Yichen, the real president, is speechless. Damn, this woman really knows how to fabricate stories. Tired of this pointless argument, he says coldly. Enough. I'm done arguing with you. He turns to Jiayao and declares firmly. Jiayao, let's go to the Civil Affairs Bureau now. And start the divorce process. Jiayao replies angrily. Fine. Let's go. But Wang Xiaojie blocks their path, sneering. Don't rush. At least stay for the birthday banquet. He mocks further. When the feast starts later, we'll even reserve a bowl for you at the door. After all, after eating, you'll be leaving Yunzhou for good. Then he turns to Ma Kun and laughs. I still haven't thanked you. That scene where you stripped Yichen outside. Classic. Like training a dog. Ma Kun laughs smugly. Young Master Wang, you're too polite. If I knew earlier, I'd have recorded it. Dog training videos like that are rare. Hearing their arrogance, Yichen makes a final decision. Enough. This ends now. He pulls out his phone and dials a special number. An old man's respectful voice answers. Third young master, Yichen asks calmly. That man who delivers food and insists on feeding my grandfather. What was his name again? The old man replies immediately. Are you referring to Wang Xiahong, CEO of Taunton Delivery? That's him. Yichen orders coldly. Contact him immediately. Tell him to revoke Yunzhou's Taunton agency, Effective now. Everyone nearby is stunned. They can't believe what they're hearing. The old man continues respectfully. He's always wanted to meet the old master. He'll be honored to do this. His net worth exceeds 50 billion now. He's qualified to dine with the old master. Yichen nods slightly. He's made decent progress these past years. Arrange a meeting with me another day, I'll treat him. Yes, young master. As Yichen hangs up, dead silence fills the hall. No one knows whether that was real or a joke. Suddenly, Wang Xiaojie bursts into laughter. Yichen, what kind of drama is this? Revoking Boss Ma's agency? Who do you think you are? Ma Kun sneers. Kid, choose a better time to show off. Who would be afraid of fake nonsense like this? He even insults Yichen's grandfather. Your grandpa is just a farmer. CEO Wang is worth billions. You think he'll eat with your grandpa? You're living in a dream. Jiayao glares in disgust. If you don't have the ability, just admit it. Why put on such a disgusting act? But Qin Hongyan doesn't laugh. Her eyes stay fixed on Yichen. Something feels wrong. Suddenly, Ma Kun's phone rings. He looks at the screen and shouts excitedly. It's CEO Wang! He answers eagerly. CEO Wang! I was just planning to call you to discuss contract renewal, but the voice on the other end is furious. I'm calling to inform you. Your Yunzhou agency qualification has been revoked immediately. Boom. Ma Kun's world collapses. His legs go weak as shock freezes him in place. The moment he hears those words, the ground seems to vanish beneath Ma Kun's feet. It feels like his entire world has been flipped upside down. My agency, cancelled? Panic slams into him. Cold sweat pours down his back as his eyes dart around the room. No. This can't be happening. Not here. Not now. So many people are watching. And worse, Qin Hongyan is here. If the truth comes out, the consequences will be disastrous. He'd be worse off than Qin, the same Qin who was thrown out of this birthday party like a stray dog. Terrified of losing the last shred of his dignity, Ma Kun forces a fake smile onto his face and raises his voice so everyone can hear. Thank you, CEO Wu. That's exactly what I was saying. Given our friendship, we should definitely continue working together. I've even prepared the renewal fee for you. A full 8 million. But CEO Wu's reply is ice cold. Sorry, Boss Ma. The company has decided to send someone from the head office to handle Yuzhou directly. We no longer need agents. Ma Kun keeps acting, desperately trying to hide his panic. No problem, no problem. When we meet, we'll drink all night. That's when CEO Wu finally explodes. Didn't you hear what I said clearly? Your agency is gone. No matter how much money you throw at it now, it's useless. By now, fear is written all over Ma Kun's face. Sweat drips down his temples. Yet he refuses to drop the act. Still smiling stiffly, he says, All right, CEO Wu, please don't worry. We'll definitely do good business together in the future. The sheer amount of nonsense pushes CEO Wu over the edge. Are you insane? Why are you still talking nonsense? Listen carefully. When the contract expires next month, the head office will send someone directly. Click. The call ends. And yet, Ma Kun keeps talking to the heir. All right, CEO Wu. We'll talk when we meet. The whole performance leaves Chen slightly stunned. What is this clown doing? He wonders whether Butler Feng has already contacted Wang Xiam. Just then, Xiaoji, completely unaware of the truth, walks over. Boss Ma, from that call, it sounds like the renewal went smoothly. Ma Kun is already broken inside, but he keeps up the confident facade. Of course. Everything went perfectly. Delighted, Xiaoji lifts his glass. Boss Ma, let me toast you. May money rain down on you endlessly. Ma Kun raises the glass and downs it in one go. But as he drinks, tears silently stream down his face. Thank you? Young Master Wang. Chen, watching from a short distance, notices the tears in Ma Kun's eyes. Meanwhile, Xiaoji laughs loudly. Boss Ma really is generous. Finished it in one shot. But Qin Hongyan sees the tears clearly. Boss Ma, why are you crying? Are you okay? Afraid of being exposed, Ma Gung quickly makes up an excuse. I'm fine. The drink was just too strong, it burned my throat. That's when Chen finally steps forward. Boss Ma, big words depend on the occasion. What's the point of acting anymore? Everyone can see you're putting on a show. Why don't you just admit it? Your agency has already been cancelled. Ma Gung's rage explodes. This brat just stomped my dignity into the dirt. Clinging to his last shred of pride, he roars. So what if it's gone? The company just wants to take control directly. This has nothing to do with trash like you. Chen merely smiles faintly. If you believe that, fine. I'm not interested in making another enemy anyway. Those words stab straight into Ma Gung's ego. Who do you think you are? What qualifications do you even have? You're nothing but a filthy delivery boy. The atmosphere instantly turns heated. Guests whisper among themselves. Did Boss Ma really lose his agency because of Chen? No way. Chen is just a useless live-in son-in-law. But what if it's true? What if we mock the wrong person? Sensing the chaos, Jia Yao's mother steps in to control the situation. Everyone calm down. What happened to Boss Ma has nothing to do with this useless son-in-law. His family is from the countryside. His grandfather is a farmer. It's impossible for him to know someone like CEO Wu. The Wang family quickly agrees. Exactly. He's been living in our family for 3 years as a house husband. If he really had powerful connections, would he live like a dog for 3 years? Another relative laughs. Rich young masters are delicate. They can't endure hardship. How could someone like that survive 3 years as a live-in son-in-law? It's ridiculous. At that moment, old Madame Wang signals the security guards. They surround Ma Gung and begin escorting him out. Mr. Ma, please come this way. Unable to accept the humiliation, Ma Gung shouts. Wait. I brought rare vintage wine. The guard shoves the wine back into his hands. Please take your wine with you. Wait. Old Madame Wang. President Wang. His voice fades as he's dragged out. Watching the farce, Chen thinks coldly. The Wang family, these people, all of them are the same. No wonder Wang Jiayao betrayed me for money. To ease the tension, Ji Chang makes an announcement. Guests, please take your seats. Enjoy some soup and snacks first. The party will officially begin shortly. Everyone heads to the dining area, but a different tension brews there. Jia Yao walks up to Chen and says coldly, After dinner, we're getting divorced. Remember, don't let it affect Grandma's 80th birthday. Chen sits down calmly, without reacting. Fine. I'll wait until you finish eating. Just as he's about to start, a small accident happens. His spoon lightly bumps into the spoon of the woman sitting across from him. She instantly screams. Ugh! How annoying! My spoon touched that useless trash's spoon! It's dirty now! Chen ignores her tantrum and looks at her soup instead. Papaya soup, for breast enhancement. He glances at her well-developed figure and casually remarks. You probably don't need papaya anyway. The woman freezes, then turns red with rage. What do you mean by that? Why wouldn't I need it? Chen cuts it off. Forget it. Pretend I didn't say anything. Here, have the soup. His indifference infuriates her. This house husband won't even look me in the eye. She storms over to old Madame Wang. Grandma, don't let Chen eat here anymore. He didn't even prepare a birthday gift. What right does he have to eat at your party? Old Madame Wang responds sternly, protecting the family's reputation. The Wang family has standards. Let him finish his meal. After that, he'll leave and proceed with the divorce. The woman still argues. But it's your 80th birthday, and he didn't bring a gift. Hearing that, Chen recalls the past 3 years. If old Madame Wang hadn't insisted on no divorce for 3 years, my mission would have failed long ago. He makes a decision. I'm officially leaving the Wang family today. And since it's her 80th birthday, I should give a gift. He pulls out his phone and dials a number. Prepare a gift for me. Deliver it to Manhwa Hotel. Seeing this, Jia Yao scoffs. What? Now you remember Shane? Our family won't accept your trash. She sneers inwardly. A man living off his wife, what could he possibly give? Stop embarrassing yourself, she snaps. Call them back and cancel it. If Grandma needs a gift, I'll arrange one for you. Chen ignores her and keeps eating. That finally sets her off. Hey! Did you hear what I said? 10 minutes pass. Suddenly, hurried footsteps echo at the entrance. A delivery boy with a bag tries to enter, but a guard stops him. Sorry. Today is a Wong family event. Outsiders aren't allowed. I'm here to deliver a birthday gift. The delivery boy explains. Allowed in, he asks. May I know whose birthday it is today? Seeing a stranger, Xiaoji snaps. Why is another delivery guy here? This is my grandma's party. Who let you in? The delivery boy hurriedly explains. I met a Rolls-Royce owner on the road. He wanted to come himself, but traffic was terrible. He gave me 500 yuan and asked me to deliver this gift to Manhwa Hotel. The moment Xiaoji hears Rolls-Royce owner, his anger vanishes, replaced by greed. Oh? So this must be for my grandma. Give it to me. He grabs the box and opens it in front of everyone. The instant the lid lifts, his eyes go wide. A green glow spills out. Is that? He screams in shock. Top-grade ice jade. Completely transparent. The best of the best. This bracelet is worth at least 10 million. The hall erupts. A 10 million yuan gift, delivered casually by a delivery boy. Who is this tycoon? And while everyone is losing their minds, Chen, the man who ordered the gift, sits calmly and continues eating. So, just like we saw in the previous episode, the moment that box is opened, an extremely precious jet bracelet is revealed inside. The instant everyone lays eyes on it, every single person present is left wide-eyed in shock. In the very next moment, the entire hall is buzzing with nothing but discussions about that bracelet. The guests and family members simply can't hide their amazement anymore. Voices rise everywhere as people excitedly talk over one another. This jet bracelet instantly becomes the most expensive and valuable gift among everything presented today. Hearing this, everyone's curiosity skyrockets. One by one, their gazes turn toward old Madame Wang, and someone finally asks, Old Madame Wang? Who exactly is the person who sent such a generous gift? You must introduce us to them later. But this is where the story takes an unexpected twist. Old Madame Wang herself is staring at the bracelet with a confused expression. Holding it in her hands, she slowly says, To be honest, even this old lady isn't very clear about it. The entire hall instantly falls into suspense. The guests begin whispering among themselves. Every single member connected to the Wang family is present today. No one is missing. So then, who on earth sent this bracelet? At that moment, from within the crowd, Chen's sister-in-law, Wan Yuan, stares greedily at the sparkling bracelet. Her eyes shine as she thinks, what a beautiful bracelet. Then, with full confidence, she speaks up in front of everyone. Could it be that one of my admirers sent this? The moment she says that, the same thought starts circling in everyone's mind. Yeah, that's possible. After all, Wan Yuan has an incredibly hot figure. Any man who sees her would probably lose sleep that night. She's only 20 years old and doesn't even have a boyfriend. In fact, she's the target of many wealthy young masters who all want to date her. Hearing this, Yuan's father, Ji-chang, puffs out his chest proudly. Nodding eagerly, he says, Absolutely. The chances are very high. My daughter is that beautiful. She has millions of fans online. This must have been sent by some rich young master who likes Yuan. After that, Qin Hongyan also chimes in with a smile. Then congratulations in advance, President Wang. Your future son-in-law is truly generous, to send a gift worth tens of millions. Ji-chang beams with joy and hurriedly replies, Oh, stop it, President Qin. You're embarrassing me. All of this drama is quietly watched by Chen from the side. There's a faint smile on his face as he thinks to himself, they'd rather blindly guess and believe that this bracelet came from one of Yuan's lovers, than accept that I'm the one who sent it. With that thought, Yi Chen finally stands up. Turning toward Jia Yao, he calmly asks, Jia Yao, have you eaten? Jia Yao looks at him in surprise and replies coldly, I've eaten. Why? Yi Chen takes a deep breath, then finally says the words he's been holding in for so long. Since you've eaten, and I've already given my gift, let's go to the Civil Affairs Bureau and get divorced. Right now. Jiayao is completely stunned. Shocked, she blurts out, "Wait, what did you just say? You gave a gift? When did you give a gift?" Without hesitation, Yichen points straight at the jet bracelet that has become the center of attention and says, "It's right there. That bracelet is my gift." The moment those words fall, it's as if a bomb explodes in the hall. Jichang turns red with rage and roars, "You're shameless! That bracelet is worth tens of millions. You couldn't earn that kind of money in 7 lifetimes. How dare you claim you sent it?" Yuanyuan jumps in immediately, curling her lips in disdain. "Sister Jia, can you please stop your loser husband from making a bigger fool of himself? It's obvious this was sent by one of my suitors." Standing nearby, Shijia also seizes the chance to humiliate Yichen. "Our family of 4 couldn't even give a decent birthday gift. And now he comes out trying to steal credit for someone else's present. He's truly disgraced the Wang family." Immediately after that, Jiayao, furious, snaps at Yichen, "Let's go. Right now. We're going to the Civil Affairs Bureau. I don't want to be the wife of a loser like you for even one more second." But before leaving, Yichen turns one last time to old Madame Wang and says calmly, "Old Madame Wang, for 3 years, good times or bad, we were family. I give this bracelet to you. Happy birthday." Old Madame Wang waves her hand impatiently and snaps, "That's enough. Stop this nonsense and get out of here. Quit showing off. This live-in son-in-law has truly embarrassed our family." From behind, Shijia shouts threateningly, "Yichen, after the divorce, take a train and get out of Yuzhou. I don't ever want to see you here again." Yichen turns back and replies coldly, "Whether I leave Yuzhou or not is my freedom. You have no right to interfere." And with that, he walks away. Outside the hotel, Yichen spots a BMW parked nearby, with Feng Chao and Jiayao sitting inside. Feng Chao mocks him openly. "Kid, Jolin said you're not even qualified to sit in a BMW. Take a shared bike instead. We'll wait for you at the gate of the Civil Affairs Bureau." With that, he speeds off, leaving Yichen alone. But Yichen calmly raises his hand, flags down a taxi, and says, "Hello? Civil Affairs Bureau, please." A short while later, the scene shifts inside the Civil Affairs Bureau. The atmosphere is quiet. The officer at the counter hands them the documents and says formally, "Here are your divorce certificates." The moment Yichen takes the certificate into his hands, he lets out a relieved breath. "Finally! I have the divorce certificate. After 3 years, I'm no longer a live-in son-in-law." Looking at the certificate, he immediately begins planning his next move. Next trial, business. From now on, I'll focus fully on my career. But Jiayao sneers, "That's right. You're no longer a live-in son-in-law. Now you're a discarded son-in-law, which is even more shameful." Yichen replies without stopping, "Say whatever you want. I have nothing to do with you anymore." He gets into the taxi and leaves. Behind him, Jiayao is still furious. Watching the taxi drive away, she screams, "Yichen! You're a useless, abandoned son-in-law." In anger, Jiayao and Feng Chao jump back into their car. Sitting down, Jiayao orders, "Feng Chao, drive. Follow him. See if he's leaving Yuzhou." Feng Chao immediately starts the engine and chases after the taxi. Confidently, he says, "He's definitely going to catch a train and leave. He can't survive in Yuzhou anymore. He has no savings. If he doesn't leave, what, will he live on air?" Jiayao hesitates and says, "That makes sense, but looking at his expression earlier, I feel like it's not that simple." After following for a while, Feng Chao frowns. "This road, it's not toward the train station." Jiayao asks sharply, "Is it the airport?" Feng Chao shakes his head. "No. This goes toward the Xishan district." Jiayao mutters, "Could it be that he doesn't plan to leave Yuzhou at all?" Feng Chao laughs dismissively. "He's probably just looking for a cheap hotel. Don't worry. The Wang family controls the hotel industry here. I guarantee he won't even get a room in a 4-star hotel." 10 minutes later, the scene shifts again. They arrive outside the Westlake Four Seasons Hotel. Yichin steps out of his taxi. At the same time, Feng Chao and Jiayao arrive. Seeing him there, Feng Chao scoffs. Damn it, did this guy come here to apply for a waiter job? Jiayao snaps angrily. At the birthday banquet, young master's son already blocked his path to becoming a waiter. And he still dares to come here? He clearly doesn't care about the Wang family's influence. Feng Chao pulls out his phone smugly. He doesn't believe in my power, huh? Fine. I'll make a call. He dials and says arrogantly, Hello, little Chang. You're still the manager at Westlake, right? I have a task for you. A guy named Yichin went to your hotel to apply for a job. Don't hire him. But the next second, his face goes pale. What? Seeing his expression, Jiayao panics. What happened? Feng Chao lowers his phone, stunned. He said, no one went there to apply for a job. Confused, Feng Chao mutters. If Yichin didn't apply for a job, then why did he go inside? Suddenly, a thought hits him. Don't tell me, he went there to stay? Jiayao immediately denies it. Impossible. Westlake costs at least 8,000 per night. I already confiscated all his bank cards during the divorce. He only has a few hundred in cash and a 2,000 credit limit. To clear things up, Feng Chao says. Let's go inside and ask Little Chang directly. Scene shifts to the hotel lobby. As soon as they enter, the receptionist explains. Brother Chao, the Yichin you mentioned did check in just now. He prepaid for 7 days. Hearing that, Feng Chao feels the ground disappear beneath his feet. 7 days? He quickly calculates. 8,000 a night, 7 days, that's 56,000. Grinding his teeth, he snarls. That bastard hid private money. Jiayao, he must have skimmed money from groceries and daily expenses. Shameless, stealing even that much. But then the receptionist gently interrupts. Sir, Mr. Yichin didn't stay in a standard room, he booked the presidential suite. Boom. Feng Chao and Jiayao are struck like by 440 volts. What? Feng Chao stammers. The Westlake presidential suite is 80,000 a night, 7 days. That's 560,000. He turns to Jiayao in shock. Jiayao, are you sure that money came from your family's expenses? To turn his suspicion into certainty, Feng Chao immediately spun around toward the receptionist and asked in disbelief. Are you sure? Did Yichin really just pay the full 5,600 right now? The receptionist nodded calmly. Yes, sir. The payment has been completed. But her very next sentence was like rubbing salt into an open wound. Smiling brightly, she added. And not only that, he was so happy that he even gave me a 10,000 tip. The moment Jiayao heard that, her anger completely exploded. She snapped, shouting, How dare you keep that tip? That money belongs to my Wang family, do you understand? While Jiayao was throwing a full-blown tantrum, Feng Chao quickly stepped in and tried to calm her down with logic. His expression turned serious. Jiayao, this isn't the time to cry over a tip. The real question is, where did he get so much money from? Even if he stole vegetable money for 3 whole years, there's no way he could save up 1 million. Those words made Jiayao freeze. She went silent, then suddenly, her eyes lit up. Wait. She remembered something. He often used to go to my grandmother's house to look after her dog, and you know my grandmother. Her house is filled with old, valuable antiques. What if he secretly stole 1 or 2 antiques and sold them? The moment she said it, Feng Chao immediately agreed. That must be it. Call your family right now. Tell them to check if anything is missing. Without wasting a second, Jiayao pulled out her phone. Meanwhile, over at the Wanha Hotel banquet hall, the atmosphere was completely different. It was already very late, yet President Tang and the other big guests still hadn't left. Everyone was waiting for just one thing: who was the mysterious person who sent that outrageously expensive bracelet? They all wanted to catch a glimpse of this secret figure. At the same time, Qin Hongyan was growing restless. She kept glancing toward the entrance, her brows tightening. So much time has passed, why hasn't the gift sender shown up yet? Even with traffic, he should have arrived by now. A troubling thought suddenly crossed her mind. Could it be that bracelet was actually sent by Yi-Chen? Just then, Jia Yao's mother's phone rang inside the hall. Seeing daughter on the screen, she picked up casually. "Hello, dear, how did everything go? The divorce with that loser is done, right?" But Jia Yao's voice on the other end was filled with panic and fury. "Mom, go to Grandma's house right now. Check if any of her old calligraphy or paintings are missing." Then she screamed, accusing. "That bastard Yi-Chen definitely stole our family's things and sold them for money." Hearing this, her mother nearly lost her balance. "What? That loser stole your grandmother's antiques?" Her loud voice didn't go unnoticed. Qin Hongyan heard every word. She took a deep breath, as if all her curiosity had finally been answered. Exhaling cigarette smoke slowly, she thought to herself, "Damn. I thought that guy was some big shot. Turns out he's just a petty thief." Her interest vanished instantly. She stood up and said calmly, "Old Madam Wang, President Wang, I have some urgent matters at the company. I'll be taking my leave." Old Madam Wang immediately stood as well, speaking respectfully. "President Qin, the financing matter is now in your hands." Qin Hongyan nodded lightly. "Don't worry." And with that, she left. The moment she was gone, the rest of the guests understood. That mysterious tycoon wasn't coming tonight. One by one, they all began to leave. Once the hall emptied, old Madame Wang, furious and confused, demanded, "What did Jia Yao say? Why did she only find out after the divorce that Yi-Chen stole something?" Jia Yao's mother explained angrily. "She said Yi-Chen booked the presidential suite at Westlake Hotel for an entire week. He spent nearly 600,000. That's why they suspect the money came from selling your antiques." Old Madame Wang slammed her hand on the table. "That useless live-in son-in-law!" But even then, she was still thinking about the bracelet sender. She forced herself to calm down and said firmly, "The honored guest who sent that bracelet still hasn't arrived. We cannot lose such a huge opportunity because of that trash." She immediately split the family into two groups. "Ji Chang, Su Xian, Yun Lian, you stay here with me. We'll wait a little longer." Then she turned to the others. "Xiao Jie, Ji Yuan, Su Lan, you go to my house right now and check what's missing." Everyone answered together. "Yes." Scene shift. At the Wang family villa. Xiao Jie, Jia Yao's father, and her mother arrived and immediately began searching the house. After 20 minutes of checking every corner, nothing was missing. Xiao Jie frowned. "There's nothing gone." The uncle walked over and confirmed. "Same here. Everything's intact." "Did you find anything?" Xiao Jie fell into deep thought. "The calligraphy room is fine. This room too. That means nothing was stolen." The truth was clear. Yi-Chen hadn't stolen anything. But Xiao Jie's hatred overpowered logic. He didn't want to clear Yi-Chen's name. So he lied. "Oh, I haven't finished checking yet. You should search again, just in case something was missed." The uncle nodded. "All right." The moment the uncle left, a filthy idea formed in Xiao Jie's mind. He walked to a shelf and picked up an extremely expensive watch. Holding it, he sneered to himself. This was Grandpa's watch. Only 48 pieces exist worldwide. Worth over 5 million. A sinister smile spread across his face. "Yi-Chen, from today onward, you're the thief who stole this watch." He slipped the watch into his pocket, walked out holding the empty box, and suddenly shouted, "My room! A watch is missing!" Jia Yao's mother exploded in rage. "So that's how that loser could afford the presidential suite." Without delay, Jia Yao's father called old Madame Wang. "Mom, we found it. Grandpa's Richard Mille watch is gone." On the other end, old Madame Wang trembled with terrifying fury. "Bring him to me. I want to cut off his hand today." But the moment Xiao Jie heard Yi-Chen's name again, his legs went weak. The memory of being beaten last time flashed in his mind. "I don't want to get beaten again," he immediately started acting. My injury hurts so badly. I need to go to the hospital first. Uncle, you go ahead. I'll come later." Before anyone could stop him, he ran away. Left with no choice, Jia Yao's father called Jia Yao. Are you still at Westlake Hotel? Scene shift. Westlake Hotel. On the phone, Jia Yao froze. What? Grandpa's Richard Mille watch is missing? 5 million? I understand. She hung up. Feng Chao asked nervously. What happened? Jia Yao clenched her teeth, eyes blazing. Yi Chen really did steal from my grandmother. Just wait, I'll make him pay. She stormed toward the receptionist and shouted. What's Yi Chen's room number? Feng Chao panicked. Jia Yao, what are you planning to do? She snapped back. What do you think? I'm taking him back. He stole a 5 million watch. But Feng Chao noticed something strange. She didn't look angry. She looked excited. Why do you look so excited? He asked suspiciously. Why does it feel like Wang Jia Yao actually wants to see Yi Chen? Worried about causing trouble, Feng Chao tried to stop her. I can't afford to offend the owner of this hotel. Don't make a scene. Just call the police. She shoved him away. Why are you such a coward? If you're scared, stay here. And she went up alone. Scene shift. Presidential suite corridor. Jia Yao stood outside Yi Chen's door. She banged on it furiously, screaming. Yi Chen, you thief! Open the door right now! A moment later, the door opened. Yi Chen stood there, freshly out of the shower, wearing nothing but a towel. Annoyed, he said, You woman, why won't you stop bothering me? The divorce just happened and you're already here? But the moment Jia Yao saw him like that, her anger vanished. Her face turned completely red. She stammered, Why you? Hello guys, welcome back. As we saw in the previous episode, Jia Yao stormed all the way to Yi Chen's room in a rage, and Yi Chen opened the door himself. But the moment the door opened, the scene turned completely different. Jia Yao had come to fight, yet the instant she saw Yi Chen's bare upper body, his firm physique and clearly defined abs, she froze on the spot. Her eyes widened in pure shock. Inside her mind, she couldn't help thinking, so Yi Chen actually has abs. In that very moment, embarrassment and regret hit her at the same time. She even thought to herself, if I had known earlier, I would have let him stay at home shirtless during summer. Yi Chen, however, completely ignored her reaction and asked coldly, What exactly do you want? Hearing his voice, Jia Yao snapped back to reality. To hide her embarrassment, she immediately changed the topic and accused him straight out. Yi Chen, did you steal my grandma's Richard Mille watch? Yi Chen was confused. Which Richard Mille watch? Jia Yao thought he was pretending, so she said angrily, You're still acting innocent? A 5 million watch is missing from my grandma's house. It must be you. Otherwise, how could you afford to stay in a 5-star hotel's presidential suite? Even I've never stayed in a place this expensive. Listening to her nonsense, Yi Chen thought to himself, the Wang family really is something else. They take credit for all the good things, and when it comes to blame, they dump everything on me. He replied calmly, Miss Wang, I have never taken even a needle or thread from your Wang family. Stealing a watch is out of the question. Please leave. The moment he called her Miss Wang, Jia Yao felt as if she had been struck by lightning. She stared at him in shock. Miss Wang? He's never called me that before. Memories flooded back. How he used to call her my lady, wife, goddess, and promised to take her out to eat whenever he got his salary. This cold rejection and formality enraged her. She shouted, Why are you in such a hurry to kick me out? Is there another woman in your room? Yi Chen had reached his limit. He thought this woman was mentally unwell. Keeping his composure, he said, Whether there's a woman inside or not has nothing to do with you. We're divorced. If you don't leave right now, I'll call security. Jia Yao's anger exploded. How dare Yi Chen reject me? She pulled out her phone and threatened. I came to give you one last chance, to go home, admit your mistake, and accept Grandma's punishment so this matter could end here. But since you don't appreciate it, I'll file a police report. She dialed angrily. Don't blame me later. For stealing 5 million, you'll get more than 15 years in prison. Yi Chen ignored her threats and shut the door. Outside, Jia Yao kept screaming, If you kneel down and apologize right now. But the door was already locked. Inside the room, Yi-chin calmly dried his hair, looked at himself in the mirror, and laughed softly. Just because I loved her, I always knelt, always apologized. Since when did liking someone mean lowering yourself this much? Outside, Jia Yao continued banging on the door. Yi-chan, open up! I've already called the police. Just wait for jail. The scene then shifts. When old Madame Wang heard that Jia Yao had called the police, she exploded. What? Jia Yao called the police? Jia Yao's mother immediately defended her. Mom, Yi-chin must have refused to cooperate. That's why Jia Yao had no choice. Besides, he's no longer part of our family. We can't handle this with family justice anymore. Old Madame Wang snapped back. Who told her to call the police? Family matters should be handled by us. Then she coldly added, forget it. Maybe Yi-chin is destined to rot in jail. That live-in son-in-law has already stained our family's name. 10 minutes later, the scene returns to the hotel. The police arrive and ask, are you Miss Wang Jia Yao? You reported that Yi-chin stole a 5 million watch from your family? Seeing the police, Jia Yao immediately plays the victim. Yes. Yi-chin was our live-in son-in-law. We just got divorced. He stole our family's watch and sold it. That's how he's been staying in this 5-star hotel's presidential suite for a week. He even hired a hooker. She urges them. Comrades, arrest him and bring him down immediately. An officer orders the receptionist. Call Yi-chan and tell him to come down. The receptionist nervously agrees and calls the room. The phone keeps ringing, but inside Yi-chin is fast asleep. When he doesn't answer, Jia Yao's suspicion turns into certainty. He didn't even pick up. He must be guilty. The two officers exchange looks and say together, let's go upstairs and check. They take the elevator, reach Yi-chen's room, and ring the bell. When Yi-chen opens the door and sees the police, he's slightly surprised, but his face remains calm. The leading officer says, are you Mr. Yi-chen? I'm directly from the district police station. We received a report from Miss Wang Jia Yao accusing you of stealing a 5 million watch. Is this true? Yi-chen answers confidently. I took nothing from the Wang family. Director Lee doesn't fully believe him. Scanning him up and down, he says skeptically, forgive me, but I heard you were once the Wang family's live-in son-in-law with little money, doing food delivery for the past 6 months. You received nothing in the divorce. Yet this presidential suite costs 80,000 per night, and you booked it for a week. If you didn't steal the watch, where did the money come from? Without hesitation, Yi-chin turns around. Wait a moment, he returns with documents, and places them in front of Director Lee. This is the equity transfer contract of Washing Group. I am now its largest shareholder, and the newly appointed CEO. He hands over a business card. Here's my card. The moment the officers see it, they're stunned. This black background, yellow text. Swiss metal, diamonds embedded. Just this card alone costs 10,000 yuan. Another officer whispers. This feels exaggerated. Could it be fake? Director Lee asks. Can your information be verified on SkyEye? Yi-chin replies calmly. The founder of SkyEye, Dr. Zhang Chao, is my second brother's university classmate. Since I haven't officially joined the office yet, I asked him to hide my data. If you trust SkyEye, I'll have it open temporarily. He makes a call. Dr. Zhang, the police want to check my SkyEye profile. Please open it for 10 minutes. After hanging up, he says, you can check now. The officers search Washing Group, and their eyes go wide. Yi-chen, CEO of Washing Group. Director Lee still hesitates. Could this be hacking? Yi-chen sighs. I didn't want to show off my wealth, but since you still don't believe me. He opens his banking app and shows them. Here's my account. Take a look. The officer checks the balance and nearly loses his breath. Below the transactions. Available balance, over 10 billion. So many zeros. He blurts out. This is 10 billion! And guys, with that shocking reveal, the chapter ends here. See you in the next episode. Bye.